Listen closely. This isn't for the faint of heart. If you're a man over 60, 70, hell, even 80, and you're still gripping your manhood like it owes you money, I need you to hear this right now. You've been lied to, told it's natural, harmless, maybe even healthy bullshit. That's the biggest con ever sold to aging men, and you're paying for it with the last drops of your vitality. Think back, 10 years ago. Could you walk up a flight of stairs without wheezing? Remember when you actually gave a damn about something besides your next session? That man's still in there, buried under layers of shame, brain fog, and exhaustion. You know it's true. That voice at 3 a.m., the one that whispers, "This isn't how it was supposed to be." That's not guilt talking. That's your survival instinct, begging you to wake up. Let's be clear, this isn't about morality, this is biology. Every time you ejaculate after 60, you're not just losing sperm, you're hemorrhaging testosterone, DHEA, nitric oxide, the very chemicals that keep you strong, sharp, and alive. Your heart strains harder, your muscles wither faster, your brain starts to resemble a porn-addicted teenager's. Is that what you survived decades for? To whimper out as a shell of yourself? Here's the cold truth. You have two choices. Keep lying to yourself, pretending those 5 minutes of fake intimacy are worth the fatigue, the weakness, the slow erosion of your dignity, or you fight. You claw back what's yours, because men like you built lives, raised families, survived wars, recessions, loss, and now you'll let a cheap screen and your own hand defeat you. No, not if you've got an ounce of pride left, and I know you do. Let's talk about theft, grand larceny, because every time you ejaculate after 60, you're not just spilling semen, you're emptying your life savings of vitality. Testosterone, the crown jewel of male hormones. After 60, your body clings to it like the last drops of water in a desert, and yet you piss it away, literally. Studies show a 45.7% drop in serum testosterone within 7 days post-ejaculation in men over 65. That's not a dip, that's a nosedive. DHEA, your body's fountain of youth. Ejaculation slashes it by 30%. Nitric oxide, the compound that keeps your heart pumping and your manhood working, obliterated. You're not just robbing yourself, you're draining your savings account of vitality. And the cruelest joke? It takes you twice as long to recover these losses as a 30-year-old. At 70, you might never fully bounce back. That ache in your bones? The way cold floors feel like ice picks? That's not age. That's you, depleting yourself to zero. Now let's discuss your energy, or should I say, the lack of it. You think masturbation relaxes you? Wrong. It doesn't release tension, it steals your tension, the very tension that fuels motivation, drive, the ability to give a single damn about your life. Chinese medicine calls this Jing, your primordial life force. Western science calls it ATP production. Both agree you're bankrupt. Here's what no one tells you. Orgasms trigger a massive prolactin surge. That's the shut-down hormone, the same one that makes newborns sleep. At your age, that prolactin tsunami leaves you wrecked for days, not sleepy, hollow, like a puppet with cut strings. Notice how you can't even muster anger anymore? How your grandkids' laughter feels like noise pollution? That's not wisdom, that's depletion. You've traded fire for flickers. Now we arrive at the greatest crime, the hijacking of your mind. Porn isn't entertainment. It's neurological warfare. Every pixel floods your aging brain with 3x the dopamine of natural sex. At 70, your dopamine receptors are already fading. This isn't stimulation, it's carpet bombing the ruins. MRI scans show chronic masturbators over 60 have prefrontal cortex activity resembling Alzheimer's patients. Let that sink in. Your harmless habit is quite literally rewiring you into a slack-jawed, forgetful shell. And the worst part, you walk into a room and forget why. You stare at your wife's face and feel nothing. You watch your grandchild take their first steps and it's just another video. That's not aging. That's self-inflicted dementia. Let's be brutally clear. This isn't about stopping pleasure. This is about stopping the theft of your remaining years. Every orgasm after 60 comes with a receipt. 7 days of hormonal winter, 72 hours of crippled cognition, a permanent step closer to irrelevance. The question isn't, can you afford to stop? It's, can you afford not to? What you're about to hear will feel like a death sentence, because it is. Every ejaculation after age 60 doesn't just take, it multiplies. Like compound interest in reverse, where a 25-year-old loses and recovers, you lose and lose and lose. The math is merciless. Take arterial stiffness. Normal aging increases it by 0.9% per year. Chronic masturbators over 65, 3.2%. Your cardiovascular system isn't aging, it's collapsing. That shortness of breath climbing stairs, that's not fatigue. That's your body rationing the last oxygen to your failing heart. Then there's muscle apoptosis. Normal sarcopenia claims 1% of muscle mass yearly. Your rate? 4%. Not from lack of exercise, from the systematic destruction of satellite cells each time you drain your androgen reserves. Those trembling hands aren't just old age, they're betrayal. But the true horror lies in telomeres, those protective caps on your DNA. Each orgasm shortens them equivalent to 48 hours of accelerated aging. Do the math. Twice weekly for 10 years, you've voluntarily erased 5 years from your lifespan. Not lived them, burned them. Now we come to the loneliness, not the kind solved by company, but the existential void no person can fill. Your brain has rewired reward pathways to reject human connection. Real laughter registers 37% weaker than pornographic stimuli on your fMRI scans. Your grandchildren's hugs literally feel less intense than your own grip. This isn't metaphor, this is measurable neurological exile. Notice how conversations feel like chores. How you prefer empty rooms to family dinners. That's not personality. That's prolactin-induced social anhedonia. Your mirror neurons are starving. The part of you that once resonated with others now only echoes your own degradation. And the cruelest cut. The isolation feeds the habit feeds the isolation. A perfect Ouroboros of despair. Your wife stopped touching you not because of your age, but because you long ago chose pixels over her skin. Your friends stopped calling not because they're busy, but because your eyes glaze over mid-conversation, dopamine receptors screaming for their next digital fix. This is your moment of reckoning. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Path 1. Continue. Watch your last decades become a grotesque pantomime of existence, where living means waiting between bathroom breaks and masturbation sessions, where your obituary will read died at 78 when you truly checked out at 63. Path 2, the most radical act of self-respect left to you, to stop, not cut back, not switch to softcore, to sever the cord with surgical precision, to endure the 72-hour withdrawal like a man undergoing chemo, because that's exactly what this is, a slow biochemical betrayal of your future. The evidence is incontrovertible, the verdict, guilty of self-betrayal. But here's the miracle, the sentence hasn't been carried out, yet. Your move. Listen carefully, what comes next isn't advice, it's triage. You're hemorrhaging vitality, and we're stopping the bleed. Step 1, annihilate your access. Not tomorrow, now. Right this second. Pause this video if you must. Delete every pornographic file, bookmark, and hidden folder. Unsubscribe from every tempting channel. Install website blockers at the router level. This isn't willpower, this is survival. A man with gangrene doesn't cut back on rot. He amputates. If you're thinking, I'll just keep one backup, you've already lost. Your brain is an addict negotiating with itself. There's no compromise with cancer. Step 2, movement as warfare. Every urge is now your enemy and you'll crush it with physical defiance. When the itch comes, and it will come like a starving wolf, you will 1. Drop and do push-ups until your arms shake. 2. Sprint upstairs until your lungs burn. 3. Stand under ice-cold water for 90 seconds. This isn't exercise. This is Pavlovian rewiring. You're teaching your body that arousal leads not to pleasure, but to primal exertion. Within 14 days, your very physiology will recoil from temptation like a hand from fire. Step 3. Rebuild your foundation. At your age, testosterone isn't a hormone. It's the difference between existence and life. Dawn till dusk protocol. Bonsi 30 am. 22 minutes of sunlight on bare skin, retina and torso. Udratam. 3 whole eggs plus 8 oz beef liver weekly. To 20 p.m. Deadlifts, even just the bar, or farmers' carries. Day il 20 p.m. The phenon melatonin plus blackout sleep. This regimen will spike your free testosterone by 38% in 11 weeks. Not supplements, not injections. The way your grandfather did it, through relentless biological signaling. Step 4. Find your reason to stay clean or relapse in despair. This is non-negotiable. By day 21, you will 1. Teach a skill to someone younger, woodworking, tax prep, hell, how to change a tire. 2. Create something permanent. Write family history, plant fruit trees, build a shed. 3. Suffer voluntarily. Cold showers, fasting, 5 a.m. walks. Sound of a sword being sharpened. Why? Because redemption requires sacrifice. Your addiction thrived in idleness. Your recovery demands sacred labor. Repeat after me. I'm no longer a slave. Today I reclaim what was stolen, my energy, my clarity, my manhood. This is your D-Day. The beachhead is your mind. The war, your remaining years. Now move. You stand at a crossroads where every path leads to death. The only choice is which death you will die. Funeral 1. The slow death, the one you're already attending, where your grandchildren watch you fade, not in dignity, but in digital glow, where your last memory is not of love made, but of hands spent, where your tombstone will read, "He lived long." But your eyes in those final hours will scream, "I never lived at all." Funeral 2, the legendary death, the one that terrifies you because it demands everything, where you claw back vitality like a man digging out of his own grave, where your last years are not a surrender, but a siege against decay, where they'll say, "He died dangerous, with fire still in his belly and unfinished work on his desk." Your biology is screaming its last warning. Your prostate swells with each release. Studies show 72% increased inflammation markers post-ejaculation in men over 65. Your dopamine receptors now resemble those of cocaine addicts in withdrawal. Your pelvic floor muscles atrophy like abandoned rubber bands. This isn't aging. This is assisted suicide. And every time you touch yourself, you're signing the consent form. But here's the secret they never told you. The moment you stop, truly stop, your body begins its most miraculous work. Within 40 days, your testosterone rebounds with the fury of a cornered animal. Your sleep becomes the deep black sleep of your 20s. Your eyes regain the predatory focus society tried to medicate out of you. This isn't recovery, this is resurrection. And it demands one thing, your absolute surrender to the fight. So I leave you with this ultimatum. 1. Continue and become a cautionary tale whispered in nursing homes. 2. Stop today and let your last decade be your masterpiece. But know this, half measures will kill you faster than total surrender. Cutting back is like removing bullets one by day while still bleeding out. Choose. If you've heard even one word of truth today, smash that subscribe button like your life depends on it, because it does. This channel, it's your armory. Every new video, another weapon against decay. But weapons are useless unless the soldier shows up. Subscribe, ring the bell, and meet me in the comments with "done" when you've executed step 1. Let's see who's serious about living.